A bit of bad news before everything else, but this is the second to the last episode of Slow Loop's first season. And next week's episode would be the last one, which kinda sucks to realize when we think about it. In any case, as for today's episode, I have like two noticeable details to point out since most of the episode is our standard fare scenes. The first is the return of Miyano and Ichika, which for a moment I thought we're finally going to see Koharu with a gun. But alas, the dream is basically dead in the water with Miyano basically saying that the anime doesn't have much screen time left, so we ought to ask for a second season. And this is exactly why I made that bad PSA earlier. As for the second detail, obviously it's Koi. I mean, who else could it be? I mean, sure, just a while ago, Aiko-chan made a confession about her perception as Futaba's best friend, but that was resolved easily. As for Koi, while yes, it was also resolved just as easily, but her entire conversation with Hiyori, it's just nice to see. And I felt like out of our main trio in this series, I feel like Koi is the one that developed the most if we are to compare their first appearance to their present day selves. Though credit when credit is due, none of Koi and Hiyori's character developments wouldn't be possible if weren't for some child who somehow managed to fit in their relationship, and her hyperactive behavior is pretty much the sole reason why Koi and Hiyori's doors have opened ever since. And with that said, that's basically it for this episode. I mean, it's still a bit sad that this is the second to the last episode, and next week's episode is going to be the last one. But if there's any consolation for all of this, it's that spring 2022 is almost upon us, and we're finally going to see a brand new set of anime that's just waiting out there for us to discover them. And as always, I thank you all for watching and see you guys next week.